Hey guys, Lizardly here for Magnificent Wizard Day 13. Yeah. So there's my progress from day 12. Magnificent Wizard is all done. So I'm going to be putting him back in the frame in a little bit because as much as I wish I were done with the black fabric, I am not. um, what I'm planning on doing is all this background to the left of him, so yay. Um, I might just like do this and then work my way back. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I don't even know how far I'm gonna get, but we'll see. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna continue with the riddles since I think I'm on number 9 of 19, so I'm almost halfway. Let's just see. Okay, so number 9. A man walks into a bar and asks the barman for a glass of water. The barman pulls out a gun and points it at the man. The man says thank you and walks out. This puzzle claims to be the best of the genre. It is simple in its statement, absolutely baffling, and yet with a completely satisfying solution. Most people struggle very hard to solve this one, yet they like the answer when they hear it or have the satisfaction of figuring it out. Was it like a water gun or one of those hoses that they have at a bar? But if he points it at the man, it wouldn't be a glass of water. Does it mean something else from like old Western times or something? I have no idea. I'm gonna have to look this one up because I have no idea. A glass of water, and then he points a gun at the guy. Is it because you're not supposed to ask for water at a bar or something? Like, is there a sign that says, if you ask for water, we're going to shoot you in the head? I don't understand. Okay, so show hint. Did it... Why would the man want a glass of water? Because he's thirsty? Okay, I'm going to go to the show answer now. The man had the hiccups and wanted a glass of water to help get rid of them. The bartender could hear the hiccups when the man spoke, so he brought the gun out to scare the hiccups away. It worked, and the man thanked him and left, no longer needing the glass of water. As someone who isn't cured from the hiccups by a glass of water, that I wouldn't know. Gonna have to, no. Nope. I am not satisfied by that answer. No. Nope. No. I reject that. 10. A man without eyes sees plums on a tree. He neither takes plums nor leaves plums. How can this be? This is a very special question for me. People who know me personally have already been provided with a huge clue. Okay, well, I don't know who you are, so that doesn't help me at all. A man without eyes sees plums on a tree. He neither takes plums nor leaves plums. How can this be? Well, he doesn't have eyes, so he can't actually see. Is he seeing like, well, no, because it says without eyes. And if you close your eyes and you move them, like you'll see like the veins on your eyelids. So I don't. He neither takes plums nor leaves plums. I don't understand at all. I don't get these. I'm not good at these. Why am I still doing them? Oh, man. Ooh, Tess, what are you doing, you crazy cat? Oh my gosh, this one's on Yahoo Answers. Okay, let's see. The answer lies in the singular. The man doesn't have eyes, but he does have one eye. He saw plums. He didn't take plums. He only took... Oh, he saw plums, 2 plums. He didn't take plums. He only took 1, so he didn't leave plums. He left 1 plum. Wow. Wow. That was so nice of you guys to use plurals and yeah, screw you. Screw you. Because that just, he neither takes plums nor leaves plums. That's just, that's not a brain teaser. That's being a douchebag. That's what that is. Okay, 11. Jack and Jill are found dead, lying on the floor in the living room of a house in a puddle of water. How did they die? in the living room. They were bobbing for apples and drowned in it? I have no idea. In a puddle of water. Yeah, another one. I'm stumped. I have no idea. I'm not good at these. I don't... Tessa, what are you doing? You're going crazy over there, Vivi. Which toy do you have? Is it one of the mousies? You love the mousies, huh? Yeah, you do. It's the orange one. Oh. I'm going to throw it at you. Ready? Ready? Go get it. Oh, no, you lost it. Oh, no, baby. Baby. Oh, no, I was wrong. It's the pink one. The lighting, not so good behind me. Okay, where was I? Okay, hold on. Where's the jacket? No puddle of water. Oh, okay, so this question. A man was found hanged in a room that was completely bare except for a puddle of water beneath him. How did this happen? Oh, what, did he pee himself? Because, you know, like, if you lose control of your body once that happens. He hanged himself by standing on a block of ice. Okay, so, well, then how does the Jack and Jill one work? Because they didn't hang themselves. They were found lying on the floor. The only two clues needed to solve how they died are broken glass and a puddle of water. Jack and Jill, all of them are fish, formerly living in a bowl of water. Wow. They were fish. Wow. That was so nice of you to... God dang it. Okay, yeah, that one got me. 12. A man is found dead in an empty field with a pack strapped to his back. How did he die? In an empty field. It sounds like he was parachuting and he didn't have a parachute. He grabbed the wrong thing, so he cursed black. I don't know if that's right or not, so I'm gonna have to look it up. Empty field? No. Backpack? No. Do either of these say? None of them do. Okay. Gonna have to open a third freaking one to try and get the freaking answer to know if I'm right or not. Okay. So, where is it? Okay, so number 12. Let's see if someone answered it. The guy jumped from an airplane, but his parachute didn't go off. There we go. I'm proud of myself. Right on. Yeah! Lizzie got one! Finally! 13. A man is found hanging in a completely empty warehouse high off the ground. How did the man manage to hang himself? Well, warehouses have a crap ton of beams on the top. I've been to a ton of warehouses, and every single one I've been to, they have beams, support beams. So he used a support beam. I think I'm missing something. So let's see. Sometimes I think there's a clear and obvious answer, and then it turns out I'm wrong. So I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I've been looking for a while, and it keeps going like, oh, he was on a block of ice, but there's no puddle in this one. So I'm just going to say that this question is stupid, so whatever. 14. A frog is dead in the center of a pond, surrounded by 10 feet of water on all directions. How can the frog get to land? Oh, did I read that wrong or right? Because the way I was reading was that he's dead, so he won't get to land. But dead in the center would mean he's in the middle of the pond. So he would swim, unless he's dead, in which case it's wherever the water takes him. I I don't know which way that's supposed to be interpreted. So let's see if I can find anything. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, 14. It's dead, it can't. Okay, so, yeah, the way I just read it, that's how it was supposed to be. And I read it improperly, my bad. Maybe everybody got it because I emphasized the word the wrong way. My bad. Okay, 15. You have 3 lights in a box, each of which is connected to a switch outside the box. The box is closed. You need to figure out which switch 2 corresponds to, okay, so they added an extra 2 in there, which switch corresponds to which light, and you can open the box only once, and you can't manipulate the switches after you open the box. How do you do this? Oh man, I've read this riddle before. I don't remember exactly how you do it, but I know, like, I think you flick all 3 of them on, and then you wait like 15 minutes, you flick 2 of them off or something, and then you check, and like one will be on and one won't be, and then one will be warm and it's off, so you'll know like, oh hey, this corresponds to this one. Like, I don't remember the exact order of it, so yeah, okay. Turn the first switch on, leave it on for a while. Turn off the first, turn the second one on. Look in the box. If the light is on, then it is switch 2. If the bulb is off, touch the bulb. If it is hot, then it is switch 1. If cool, then switch 3. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's all based on you wait a little bit of time in order for the light bulb to heat up so you know which one it corresponds to. Okay, so 16. A pot of gold is on a square island surrounded by a chasm 10 meters wide and of infinite depth. You have 2 9.8 meter poles. How do you get across to the pot of gold and get back with it? I'm on a square island. Well, first off, the fuck, square islands don't exist. I don't know what this is about. Is this like you do the pole vaulting and you bring the pole with you? Because your body will carry you that extra 2 meters when you're flying? I don't know if I'm very good at pole vaulting, so I don't know about that one. Okay, 16. You can take one pole and lay it across the corner of the chasm so each end of the pole is touching a different side of the chasm. The middle of the pole will now be closer than 9.8 meters to the island. Wait, I thought I only had one pole. Oh, I have 2 9.8 meter poles. Oops, I forgot. I thought I only had one. So then, lay it across the corner so each end of the pole is touching a different side of the chasm. That doesn't make any sense. Because if they don't reach the other end, they're gonna fall. They're not just gonna magically stay stuck to the island. I don't understand this one. Hopefully someone can explain that to me because I'm not getting it. I don't know. 17. Mel Cawley stared through the dirty soot-smeared window on the 26th floor of the office tower. Overcome with depression, he slid the window open and jumped through it. It was a sheer drop outside the building to the ground. Miraculously, after he landed, he was completely unhurt. Since there was nothing to cushion his fall or slow his descent, how could he have survived? Dirty. It's soot smeared. Does that mean, like, there's a bunch of, like, dirt and stuff outside? But it says nothing to cushion his fall, which would imply he's landing on concrete. And it's the 26th floor of the office tower. Yeah, I don't know. A dirty soot-smeared window. The place is so old that the land was soft. I mean, well, no, because it says he was completely unhurt. I have no idea. 17. He was a window washer. He started on the outside. Oh. Wow. So he's apparently overcome with depression, but he walked into the window. He went into the building. Good for him. I gotta support a riddle where the guy doesn't kill himself. So yeah, you go, dude. You overcome your depression and you don't jump off the 26th floor of a building. You go, dude. I have to say, I know a lot of people don't give a crap about janitors and, other jobs like that, and they make fun of them. I was friends with the janitors at my high school. I knew their names. I would talk to them. I appreciate them so much more than, like, so many other people in a job, because you know what? They have to put up with all the crap that we leave lying around and all our messes. And, you have to have respect for someone who does that. I don't care if you think it's disgusting or if you think that, oh, they couldn't get any other job, so they had to take the worst one possible. I like cleaning. I'm not really big on cleaning other people's messes, but I do enjoy cleaning. I remember one woman, at my store, she was saying that, one of the stalls was really dirty. And when I was asking Captain Merca, I was like, is this something I call over the radio about, or do I do it myself? And he's like, oh yeah, you just go in the room, beside the break room, and you get gloves and you clean it up. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll go do that. And then when I came out, or maybe it was right before I went in, I don't remember, whatever it was, her son had come out of the boys' bathroom because he didn't want to use the girls' bathroom because it smelled bad. So he came out of the boys' bathroom and he came over to me. He's like, excuse me, there's a cockroach in the boys' bathroom. And I was like, oh, honey, don't worry. I'll go kill it for you. And I killed it. And I have to say, once upon a time, I had a fear of cockroaches. So be proud of me. I killed that cockroach for that little boy. Okay, long tangent. Sorry. 18. A man is hiking up a snowy mountain. He comes across a cabin. Inside the cabin is a small fire and 2 dead men. How did they die? They did not burn to death. Well, if it's a small fire, they still could have frozen to death. Or, they could have starved to death. There are a shit ton of ways they could have died if all you're giving me is a cabin with a small fire. Let's see. 18. It was a plane crash. The 2 men were pilots in the cabin of an airplane. Why the hell would the pilots be in the cabin? They would be in the cockpit. They're the pilots. Are you kidding me? Fuck you. Mine was better if they starved to death. That's no. No. You are wrong and I was right. I beat that riddle. Screw you. Okay. 19. 3 guys walk into a hotel and they're going to split the cost of a room. The room is $30. They each kick in $10 and head up to their room. The manager gets wind of it and tells the clerk the room is only $25. He hands 5 $1 bills to the bellhop and tells him to go refund the guy's money. On the way up to the room, the bellhop gets to thinking, as bellhops are wont to do, and says to himself, no way can 3 guys split $5. I'm going to help out. He stuffs $2 into his pocket, knocks on the door, gives each guy back a buck, and heads back downstairs to the desk, glowing in the warmth of a job well done. So now each guy has paid $9. $9 times 3 is 27, plus the 2 the bellhop stole. Only 29. Where is the other buck? Hold on. So, 1, 2, 3. Isn't it just the multiplication that fucks it up or something? Like, 9, 27, 29. Huh? Now I'm confusing myself. Do I need to pull out, like, a calculator or a pen and pencil, maybe? So, alright. So each of the guys paid $10. And then the guy says, give him back $5. So 25 is still with the bellhop dude. Or not the bellhop, with the manager or whatever. And then that guy gives $3 to each of them, and he keeps 2. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And then it was saying, so, only paid $9? Well, no, they didn't only pay $9. They each paid 25. So 25 minus the 2 for 23, and then 23 divided by 3. I can't do that kind of math in my head because it's remainder. Minus 2 divided by 3. So each of them paid $7.66, right? Yeah, because each guy has paid 9. No, each guy has paid more than that, because I'm confusing myself, because like they didn't only pay $9 basically. They still paid $25, but he stole $2. So yeah, that just, I don't know. They're trying to confuse me. I'm just, yeah. I mean, I answered it. So they each paid $10. They were supposed to be given $5 back, but the bellhop took 2, and he gave each of them $1. So that adds up to, they paid 25, and they, yeah, okay. 19. The 3 guys spent $9, so the cashier has 27 because 25 in the register and 2 in his/her pocket, and each guy has $1 because 10 minus 9 equals 1. 27 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 30. Okay, so I do not like the way that person answered that. Did anybody else answer it better? No? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I actually just finished the narration you're about to hear after this, and I came back and I was looking at my math, and I don't know if I said everything out loud. So originally they paid 30, and then $5 was taken off. So 25 divided by 3, they each paid $8.33. So that adds up to, $25. So you get the 25 that way, because it says each pay, so now each guy has paid $9, and that's not right, because it says it's supposed to be only 25, and the fact that they didn't get their $2 back doesn't mean they still didn't just pay that much. So yeah, the ending of that problem, the way they worded it, is what messes it up, because they're lying to you. They didn't pay $9. So you can't forget that there's, like, yeah, they may not have, those $2 may not have ultimately reached their goal of where they were supposed to go, but yeah, they paid $25, and 25 divided by 3 is where you get it. And then you do that 25 plus the $3 that they were each given and the $2 that the clerk has. So yeah, it's the multiplication and the way they're talking. It's dumb. Meh. Whatever. I figured it out, and it's, yeah, whatever. Okay, so now I'm gonna continue with the questions Apollonia sent me. Oh no, wait, I remember. Okay, I was going to say, when I woke up this morning, I had a crazy dream, and I was like, I'm definitely gonna forget it by the time I get to my narration, and I don't want to open my video with a really long talk about my dream. So I wrote it down, and I do remember it now, so I will do my best not to read what I wrote so it doesn't sound like robotic or whatever. But oopsie, I just knocked the lid off of my pen. So in this dream, I was in a completely different world. where I was a Pokemon trainer. And I was a badass Pokemon trainer, alright? I was really awesome. I was really good. Like, a lot of people knew who I was. And I ended up going to this, like, evil temple place thing. I don't know. And as I was traveling through it, I was trying to get to, like, the big boss dude or whatever. I came across a couple, and they were Pokemon trainers, and they thought they were really good. So they wanted to go conquer this place and beat the bad guy. And they kind of sucked. They really sucked. So I knew they were going to get themselves killed, because apparently in my Pokemon dream world, like, if you're not good enough, you're going to get killed. You're not just going to get defeated and sent crying to your mommy or the Pokemon Center. You're going to get killed. So we started traveling through the place together. And I was pretty much protecting them the entire time. And then we came across this, like, elevator thingy. It looked like an elevator, but it actually seemed more like one of those elevators you'd see in very, very old buildings that haven't been updated. Those ones that you close the gate and then you have like a lever rather than buttons. Really old like that. And it ended up only going like halfway. And then, so the other two trainers were like, oh, dang it, there's nothing we can do. And I sent out my Espeon, who was able to, like, use her psychic powers to create some kind of, like, makeshift elevator. And we used that to get to the top. I don't think psychic Pokemon can actually do that. I mean, maybe they can. I don't know. But my Espeon could, and I was cool with that. Espeon is my favorite evolution of Eevee, by the way, so woot woot. And then we got to the top, and we walked like 10 feet, and then there was another elevator, and it went down. So we all kind of just stared at it, and then we looked at each other like, really? Really? But then we got in it, and we went all the way down. And, we were all like, what was the purpose of that elevator that only went halfway? And we're like, okay, maybe it's to get rid of weaklings or something, get rid of the people who don't have, like, a psychic Pokemon or something that can do something like that, or, like, a strong enough flying type that can carry them. I don't know. But it was weird, okay? It was really weird. And so, in my dream, I said something like, it's better that they do something like this than what they do in Zelda games in all the dungeons, where the boss's key is in the dungeon, so anybody can get to it. At least this one, there are people who simply won't be able to continue. Anyways, so we got to the bottom of the elevator, and we could hear the boss dude in the room, and we were kind of, even I, as a super powerful Pokemon trainer, was kind of scared in my dream. So I had Espeon, like, turn us invisible or something, and when the guy walked over, we all just stood there frozen looking at him, and he didn't see us, so he was just like, what the hell? Why did the elevator show up? And he turned around, walked back into his room, and then, really quietly, we all peeked out, and he had this huge, like, spider Pokemon, and by huge, I mean the building, or, like, the room he was in looked like it was, like, 100 stories high, and, like, 2,000 stories wide, and the spider took up, like, a fourth of the room. Like, he was massive. And so, even I was kind of like, oh, this is not okay. Like, I don't think we can do this. What the fuck is going on? Hey, Tess, do you want up here with me? I'm telling my Pokemon dream. No? Okay. So, the spider ended up being, like, so fast that no one could touch it. Like, none of our Pokemon could get to him or hurt him or anything. And I pulled a Togepi out of nowhere. It wasn't in a Pokeball. I just pulled it out of nowhere, and it was my Pokemon. And my Togepi was able to, like, she couldn't stop time, but she could stop, like, time for a certain Pokemon. So she froze the spider in place, and then my Charizard and my Espeon just, like, wailed on him until he died. He didn't faint. He died. We killed him. And then I also had, like, a Pikachu that was attacking other of his Pokemon, and I don't think I might have had two other Pokemon, but I don't remember them. I have to say, my party was really weird in that dream because, like, I love Togepi, but I'd never carried one longer than it took me to get a Togetic. And the only time I kept a Pikachu in my party was on yellow version, where, you know, he was way overpowered. So it was just, like, we beat him, or well, I beat him. The other trainers kind of were just there. And then I woke up and I was like, heck yeah, I'm a great Pokemon trainer. Like, normally, like, I played all the original ones, you know, so red, blue, and yellow. There wasn't a green back then. And every single time, I would, or, well, okay, I got the yellow version first, so, you know, Pikachu. But then I think you were also able to get Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander. And so, of course, I always had Charizard with me. So the Charizard made sense. But once I got Silver version, I always had Typhlosion with me. And Typhlosion could learn Thunder Punch, which is, you know, super effective against a water type, which is super effective against Typhlosion. So I just, you know, I had him on my side. And then I always, no matter which one I was playing, I always had Mewtwo, and I always had Articuno. I just, like, they were great to have in my party, so I always had them. For a little while, I had Lugia. And yeah, a lot of the other ones I would just, like, switch out. But, like, Mewtwo, Articuno, and then my starter. They were always, like, mainstays. So it was weird to only have Charizard and not, like, Mewtwo and Articuno. But, you know. Okay, I guess Espeon essentially took the place of Mewtwo because she's the psychic one. But Mewtwo knows Recover, so yeah. Anyways, that was my dream. So okay, so now back to those questions. Serious illness. Great, I get to talk more about my asthma right after my crazy Pokemon dream. Okay, can you tell me about your illness? I have asthma, so yes, I can. Do you think about dying? Are you scared? I mean, everyone thinks about death. I mean, and it's perfectly natural to be scared of it, so yes. I mean, how do you imagine your death? I imagine it to be when I'm extremely old and I'm asleep, so there's no pain. Do you believe in an afterlife? Yes, I do. You've already asked me that. Do you regret anything? Everyone has regrets. Stop asking me that question. Do you look at your life differently now than before you were diagnosed? Seeing as I was diagnosed in first grade. Okay, is this talking about, like, serious illness? Like, you're gonna die soon serious illness? Because if so, then these don't work for me. Do you have any last wishes? If you were to give advice to me or my children, what have you learned from life? I've answered all those. Has this illness changed you? What have you learned? I was essentially born with it. Like, I'd had symptoms my entire life, but I wasn't diagnosed by a doctor until first grade, so yeah, I'm gonna say that doesn't apply to me because it's not that serious. Like, I mean, it could lead to my death, but it's not highly likely because it's something that I have more control over than, several other problems people have. Family heritage. What is your ethnic background? I've talked about it a little bit before. Pretty much everyone is from Europe in my family. And then on my mom's side, there is a princess from India. That's it. Where is your mom's family from? Where is your dad's family from? That's the same question as your ethnic background. Oh my God. What is it? My dad is Irish and German, and my mom is British, and is she also German? I don't know. Like, it's all the white people. Have you ever been there? What was that experience like? Okay, so yes, I was actually born in Germany, and that experience was it was great. The 3 different times in my life I've been there, I've loved it every time. Because I totally remember what it was like when I was like 3 months old, or from birth to 3 months. Totally remember. I've been to Ireland. That was really awesome. We went to Drombeg when we were there, which is a lot like Stonehenge, but it was rainy and there was literally no one there, and you were allowed to climb on it, so it was better. Um, uh, oh, Britain, England, whatever. I've been there, absolutely loved it. Like everybody else I know who's been there, they always complain about the weather, and I absolutely love the weather there, so like whatever. They have one of the sexiest accents like ever. All the people are super polite, super nice. Like I love it. I love Europe, so yeah. What traditions have been passed down in your family? I've already talked about a lot of those. Uh, who were your favorite relatives? I've already talked about my favorite relatives. Do you remember any of the stories they used to tell you? These are the same questions. This is literally the exact same question this set of questions has already asked me. War. Were you in the military? No. So, I guess none of that. Remembering a loved one. I'm not so sure I want to do that, because that'd be really depressing. I mean, no, like, there are videos of Ruby on here, but there are videos of my uncle, so I guess I could talk about Ruby. So, what was your relationship to Ruby? She was my cat. We adopted her from my best friend when I was in kindergarten until my third year of college. So we had her a long time. Tell me about Ruby. She was a Maine Coon, pretty big. She was totally in love with Graybeard. And then when she first saw Tessa, she was like super confused and was not okay with it because she knew it wasn't Graybeard. But then they became best friends, so yay. What is your first memory of Ruby? I'm gonna feel so horrible saying this. So my friend, that Emily was her name, that we got Ruby from. Their cat had 3 kittens. 2 black boys and Ruby, who was red. And the mom was a calico cat, or a tabby, whatever, all the crazy colors and all that. So it was really funny to have 3 cats that looked nothing like her, or 3 kittens. And I had really wanted one of the black ones. I don't really remember why. I mean, I was in kindergarten, so I was just like, ooh, look at the black kittens, yeah. And everybody else in my family really wanted the red one, so we got Ruby. That family had like 3 dogs, and I didn't see it happen, but I was told that the kittens got out and the dogs ate the kittens. So, glad we got Ruby when we did, because otherwise she would have been eaten as well. Yeah. So, my first memory of her was before she even opened her eyes. I was there like a couple days after the birth, so I saw her pretty early on. And I do remember I was the one who... my mom wrapped her up in a blanket, but I was the one who got to hold her when we were in the car driving her home. So, yay! What is your best memory of Ruby? Ooh! That's tough. I mean, because, like, every single memory I have of her is a great one. I especially liked when she was with Tessa and then before when she was with Graybeard. So I really liked her and her interactions with the other cats. What is your most vivid memory of Ruby? Probably when we had to take her to the vet, because it was incredibly depressing, and usually it's easier to remember the hard times than it is, the good times. What did Ruby mean to you? She meant a lot to me. I mean, Gammy was my dad's dog in middle school until, I was born. Or actually, my brother was born, rather. And so, Gammy kind of represented my dad's childhood, whereas Ruby was kind of like mine, because we got her when I was in kindergarten. So, we grew up together. So, she meant a lot to me, and she represented a lot of things for me. Are you comfortable / can you talk about Ruby's death? How did Ruby die? I talked about it yesterday, didn't I? It was just, she was not doing well. She got really sick. Like I said, she went blind, and it was really bad. And when we brought her to the vet, we had her on the counter, and she was wrapped up in a blanket, and we were in there for like 15 minutes waiting for the vet to go get the needles, and we just got more and more upset the longer we had to wait. And we actually started complaining about how long we had to wait, because it's like, she said she wouldn't be gone very long, and now it's been almost 20 minutes. Like that's not, like, we kept like, I wish she would just come in and check, and we could tell her, yes, be done with it, or no, wait, give us 10 more minutes. It was really annoying, because it was just getting more and more upset, and she was not doing well at all. So it just, we were like lengthening her suffering. It was horrible. But when we were still talking to her, I kept saying, hey, you're gonna see Graybeard really soon. I'm sure he's missed you, and I know you've missed him, so don't worry about us. We'll be okay. And I'm about to start crying. I mean, we were all crying. And then the drive home, I had to drive, and the radio was on, and it played the fucking song. What was it? Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should, baby. Make it hurt so good. And it was literally the worst song that could have been playing after we put our pet down, because, like, it was not a good hurt. And by the time the chorus was playing a second time, I just, like, angrily slammed on a different button to play a different station, because I was like, I can't fucking listen to this while I'm driving, because I'm already crying, and then the song's just making it worse. And my mom was in the back with Ruby in a blanket. We were bringing her home to bury her. It was it was horrible. What has been the hardest thing about losing Ruby? A big part of it was just Tessa and I, because for a while, we buried her in the backyard. For a while, she and I would go over to the screen door, or not the screen door, the glass door, and we would look at the spot where she was buried, and Tessa would come over and kind of, cry, and then I'd start crying, and then it was really bad. So it was, dealing with it, and then her best friend dealing with losing her. A lot of people think that, pets don't have feelings, and they don't care, and just... Man, Tessa felt that loss. I started the next question and then realized I'm pretty much done with the cross-stitching, so I cut myself off. So instead, I'm just going to talk about how it's coming to an end, so you'll know that's coming to an end. How many times can I say the end, huh? And that's the end of Magnificent Wizard Day 13. I actually got pretty far. I got 5 hours and 35 minutes of footage. You can't really see this, so let me... see if I can, yeah, look at all that. Look at all that background. Oh, it's great. It's great. And you can seriously see where the dragon's wing is. Like, it is very well defined. I love it. So, yeah. Oh, it's great. I feel so bad. Normally I hate doing the backgrounds, but, like... I much prefer doing the background on this, because it was just, a bunch going this way, a bunch going back, a bunch going this way, a bunch going back. Oh, I work tomorrow, so I won't be cross-stitching Magnificent Wizard, but I plan on just continuing down, because, yeah, it works. I mean, like, I'm like, half an hour-ish away from being at 6 hours, so... When was the last time that happened on Magnificent Wizard? I actually don't think it's happened. Today's January 1st, so I brought in the new year by stitching Magnificent Wizard. I'm quite happy about it. Yay! Like... Look at all this. Look at all the color. So much color. So yeah, he's definitely coming along. And I'm starting to think my like 30-day prediction was way too like short, small. I'm gonna raise it up to like 40 or more days. Probably more than that, because black. Yeah, I work tomorrow, but I think I have the day after that off. Let me pull it up and look. And hopefully that'll give you guys a better idea of when to expect the next Magnificent Wizard video. Oh, no. I work tomorrow and the day after. So the next 2 days, I don't have another puzzle, so I'll probably work on a small cross-stitching project. And then I have 3 days off, so 3 days of Magnificent Wizard. And then I work on Thursday, and then I have a day off, so Magnificent Wizard, and then I work. So, yeah. And I don't have the week after that yet. But, yay! It's crazy, like, I always had this problem in school where, you know, like the first month of the new year, I would continue to write the year of the previous year on like all my papers and all my notes. And I'd be like, no, not 15, 16. Clearly that hasn't happened yet. But, you know, if I have to start dating things, I'm probably going to put 2015. It always happens. Yeah, I just started the season 3 of Angel. And I mean, I love the show. I love it so much. But every time I watch, I'm always reminded of how much I love Buffy even more. So I might watch Buffy after this. Although I have really been wanting to rewatch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And seeing as I've watched it a ton of times, you know. 1 second. Mommy's home, Tess. Did you hear Mommy? Yeah. Hold on. See, Mommy's back from Germany and Iceland. She got to see the Northern Lights, and we didn't. Okay, so clearly Tessa just wants me to end this, so like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. And Tessa and I will see you in the next video. Pretty baby.